What's happening, YouTube? So, just to get the intro going, so if you've seen the title, you know what the hell I'm talking about. And I want to get started with why I lost my job. And first off, I stopped working in January of this year, and it is today October 12th, 2020. So yeah, so real quick, just to get into it, for one, I'm probably not gonna edit my videos much right now. A, because don't have much equipment to do that with, and B, it's like, you know, I can kind of pause on this phone and shit, you know, just to give a quick test. Yeah, so I can, you go see a child.
Is the phone game?
Yeah, so just, you'll see that on that end a lot better. Yeah, so I'm recording on my phone right now. If you can tell, I'm watching DJ Ghost in the back. You dig? So, what can I say about losing my job? It was an array of reasons. For one, I worked at the school out here in California. Should I? I don't know if I want to name drop. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna name drop the school. Probably not as many people, maybe a few. But so yeah, I worked for Los Rios Community College District, and within that, I worked at ARC, American River College, out here in Sacramento, California. And long story short, there was something along the lines of victimization as well as blame parties when it came to a person's comfort for whatever reason that is. And I'll get into that. For another reason is I couldn't necessarily afford books for school, so that definitely was another reason. No books, problem at my job at the school. There was also an incident that made it on the news. I think I still have the link. If not, definitely have screenshots on my other phone. So just to make some connections for whoever watched these videos, I haven't posted in a minute because my other phone broke, and I had like a whole series set up as to how often I was gonna post or what I was gonna post about. But so I've been waiting, and I can post another video on EDD if you guys want me to, so you can let me know about that. I've been, getting a runaround from EDD for, since like February, March, so about 7 months now. Man, as far as the school goes, the school is headed in a whole terrible direction that I think a lot of shit in the world was heading in a really messed up direction, either when it comes to corruption or just like shortcuts. I started experiencing a lot of problems from the money Trump took from the schools originally. If you want to research back to about maybe a year ago, he came out with his proposal for what our economic spreadsheet was looking like, what money goes to what categories we need to fund directly from the government, which would be the military, the educational shit, fucking up, the educational system. Man, fuck. There's a whole lot. I'm pretty sure everybody else knows what the government funds and what our taxes pay for. Um, but so a lot of fucking drama. I don't know. It's whenever there's work with people fresh out of high school or people who aren't necessarily fresh out of high school, just get a lot of drama going on. So let's get into it. Okay, so my supervisor at the time, I was homeless and going from spot to spot, and I'm gonna be rolling a blunt while I'm doing this. If you didn't know, so yeah, I was like bouncing around. I tried to go to school several times, several different years, situations, and they all kind of like flopped. Like I kind of did good, or like something was always off. You need a lot to be a student and be on your own out here, but that's can be another conversation. Hmm. As far as the conflict kind of had to do with what we would call it would be sexual harassment on a level which I'm not guilty of. Let's get that clear. But what was said about me had to do with me allegedly sexually assaulting my supervisor. Now, keep in mind, if that was true, things were to be filed, things were to be addressed and spoken on about me as an individual. This is before I even worked there. As an individual, that something should be done about that, hands down. What did happen was I pretty much didn't get a job there immediately. I had to talk to this person, that person. Like low key, the runaround that the rest of the world has been giving everybody right now, like jobs and unemployment and DMV, like pretty much what everybody's doing right now. Like it's like no one's safe from procrastination and um, disarray and disorganization from places that we thought was going to be on point 24/7, which is never a fact. Like a clock is a broken clock is right twice a day. Like that we can go into that if you want, but it just comes down to what are we actually looking at. And aside from that, the situation which entailed the assault attack was actually in regards to me trying to get a job there. So once I talked to several people and seemed like there was going to be some headway, what happened was I was in there speaking to who shall not be named, but was a woman, of course. And what was said in regards in that situation to me was, you seem really distraught or bothered, which I was. And if you had nothing much to hold on to, knowing that school is pretty much your only thing in life, that is going to be legally binding and legally feasible. And when it comes to finances, like you can get away with not paying for school if you do it right. You can get away with getting paid to go to school if you do it right. Don't let people out here discourage you from going to school. But once again, school itself will discourage you from going to school. So it's 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 all it's all a game of it's all a gamble pretty much. It's crazy that life comes down to that, and that you have to sacrifice comfort for a paycheck. And a lot of who I would consider my mentors, and a lot of who I follow, they don't really preach working 9 to 5s and stuff like that. So I recall a time where I went to work, and I remember I had got into an argument with another woman about like pretty much how my attitude was or my demeanor when I had to help like 20 students in a room and there's 3 other people working. Now, eventually, it was broken down to me what they do on the computer all day and not just sitting there staring at a screen and typing emails, whatever else. But it was a situation where I just snapped, and the simple information that I addressed was, I know I'm worth way more than what the fuck this paycheck here is telling me. And I just have to get up every fucking morning and smile like I'm cool and I want to be here. All of y'all have power complexes. Like, y'all want to be head honcho because, and I'm talking about the school specifically, like there's probably more than enough scenarios to where this can fit for others. But in the school specifically, people are treated very differently based on color as well. Color and your sex. Women are not treated 100% fairly, and the one woman who is up high enough is seemingly treated fair enough because she's white and has the power to, as soon as she walks in the room, everything disperse. But long story short, before I got this job, the one specific scenario that makes this a story is what caused this whole discomfort. And it started with the lies. And so I'm sitting, let's just call this person Karen. So I'm sitting in this room with Karen, and no pun intended. But so she can see that I'm worried about where my next meal is coming from, if I'm going to be able to go to school or not, if I'm going to be able to sustain this life of getting honest money and an honest living and learning. It just didn't it just didn't it just didn't happen how everyone would imagine would be working for a school or finding a job at the school. And it just made me feel comfortable at the time that someone like understood like where I was coming from, because taking several months to get a job at a place where you know people are hiring, it makes you think like, is it because I'm black? Is it, but you see some black people there, if that, maybe. Is it because, I have tattoos? Because, like, I'm not, like, they're not extremely visible, but, like, they're there. Um, it's just a lot. Like, I've never, like, came across anybody wrong besides just, like, being really worried about where I'm getting money for books in school. And in that, so I'm talking to Karen, and Karen is like, we can see, I will do my best, and yada yada yada. And then told me it looked like I needed a hug, and offered me a hug. Boom. So after this, I don't know how much time goes by, but I eventually am speaking to my other supervisors. So Karen is the supervisor that I have to address every day going into work. Like, that is the main person. So what happens is Karen ends up she ends up going to a few of the upper staff, like the other supervisors, the even the dean hears about this, and I didn't know about this until the day I quit. But the dean of of student services, and I don't need to name drop, you can look that up, like, she had full knowledge of everything that was said about me. But just because certain people made it a point to make sure that that was not believed, or my demeanor spoke for itself, to explain myself, this is who I am and this is not. Like, I don't know which one it was, but eventually I got a job, and still didn't understand what I was walking into every day. And then afterwards, excuse me, but so when I was, a little tangent for a second again, when I was younger here, I got bit by a dog. You can like barely see it. It's like kind of noticeable, but not really, like. But I got bit by a dog. I went down to reach and pet a dog, and it jumped up and nicked me. But that, I have big lips, but that kind of like messed my top lip up, and my smile is like a little off. Like, it just doesn't line up how I like it anymore because of my lip. But that, and like, I got, you know. So she made a point to tell somebody that because I licked my lips in front of her, that's me making a pass at her. When, if I'm doing that, and that makes you feel some kind of way, why is that my problem? Why should that be my problem? That you feel some kind of way because I'm choosing to lubricate my damn lips. Like, whenever like, what the fuck? I don't understand that. But anywho, another situation afterwards, I end up speaking to one of the supervisors there. They had a child who worked at the school. We're gonna say their child because, age difference. Everybody's a kid. Everybody's a baby to them. But yeah, they were telling me that they were around for some gossip, and they heard that specific knowledge about me, that I had assaulted my supervisor. How? Oh, she said that you hugged her. What? A hug initiated by you, but I'm the problem. Like, what? And even my other supervisor, who I ended up getting cool with down the road, whose daughter I spoke to. Damn, I let it slip. Even spoke about that situation as well, saying that, oh yeah, like, this Karen was making it seem like it was this way when it's like, oh, well, it didn't make sense to someone with common sense. Like, oh, if he made you feel like that, like, why didn't you tell somebody or why didn't you report it? Oh, well, oh, okay, well, if, and this is where it gets weird. So if someone sexually assaulted you, why would you set up a meeting with just y'all two in the room? That's one thing I don't understand about women. If you're gonna play this role, if this really happened to you,
you might not even be going to jail. Let me ask you this:
why would you put yourself in a situation to be in the same room with this individual? That doesn't make sense. As well as still holding on to that notion that I am this predator type ass nigga. Just don't add it. So, and the person with real common sense and who's around me on a daily can sense the person I really am. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm around this person 24/7. Like it don't seem like that's the kind of person that you're putting off. Like that's not the person I see. And the real individual is going to be able to notice that. It's just a fact. But, sorry, there's a whole lot of patches in this damn rap. But, yeah, it's like you get to a point to where it's like I'm not gonna like to say someone like pushed up on you, yeah. But to say someone assaulted you, come on, bro. Okay, so I'm gonna try to wrap the story up a little bit. So she ends up leaving the school, and this is after working for them for almost a year. She transfers to another school. After she transfers, so some stuff happens that semester. Like I said, some stuff made the news. A female at the school wanted to do some dumb stuff as if she was on the right foot and tried to just sidestep it like it wasn't an issue and caused a whole race war at ARC. I won't name this person at all either, because I might be filing a lawsuit. But yeah, the poster was about me because there's a conversation that I could post another video if you guys want me to talk about. But long story shorter, long story longer, I go through some things relationship wise and physical, mental shit. I was also struggling with a lean addiction that I can make a whole nother video about as well. Yeah, and after that, I attempted suicide. Few days after my birthday of last year, which was around December. Yeah, and tried to go back to school earlier or late this year, and it just didn't work. Just didn't work how I needed it to. Didn't work how it should have. Like, it shouldn't be that hard for a student to go back to school, and it shouldn't be that hard for a person to get assistance. Like, something that not many people are aware of is Immigrants get more help than we do right now. We meaning black people. Like, that's where a lot of the attention is going. If it ain't going to the LGBTQ, it's going to immigrants or refugees. Because working for the school, you'd be surprised how many people I run into who are illegal. Trust me. There's a lot of illegal people in the school system. You have a reason to be here, student visas. But yeah, what I just find crazy is the amount of effort taken to bring somebody down. Like, for what? Like, because I didn't give you the attention you're actually saying that I did? And then again, it's like, then I'm supposed to try to come back to work after being in a hospital after my suicide attempt. And then I'm supposed to just work under this person who's texting me in the morning, making sure I'm cool, like acting like shit is supposed to be sweet. Like, I'm just supposed to go to work, be cool with you, and act like you've never said nothing behind closed doors, and then try to be cool about this whole scenario. Like, nah, you've tried to assassinate my whole, not even my character, like my whole existence. I'm not just supposed to let that slide. And I don't suggest anybody out there do in any way, shape, or form. No matter who it is. No matter how much they seemingly mean to you, don't ever let someone assassinate your character. Make sure you're in the right first, of course. But don't ever let someone just assassinate your fucking character. That's out. But yeah, so as well as not being able to afford books, Karen had came back and was being way too friendly. So any real individual knows that that's the blue flag on the play. And that's, you just can't go for that. You can't allow yourself to be in a position to where something that extreme is gonna be something you are potentially dealing with. It's not worth it. No way, shape, or form worth it. And I didn't know people went that far to really damage someone's character until recently. Like, that's like, why? It's one thing to be petty, but to assume the power that you think you have because you know individuals, like, that is that's devil talk right there. That's nothing godly or kingly or queenly right there. Like, any form of negative manipulation is devilish. But yeah, like, this is really patchy, but I've officially rolled this Frankenstein. And yeah, that's my story why I have not had a job and been waiting on unemployment. So yeah, if you want, I can post a video on my unemployment and what's been going on with that. And I should be getting it today, tomorrow, soon, but I was supposed to post this video like a few days ago. Yeah, I have this little friend that's behind me. So y'all be seeing this in my videos for a little bit, hopefully. But yeah, I'll be making a vlog about what I'm about to be buying and stuff with this money, because this is a whole lot of back pay. So I'll be letting you know what I'm going to be buying. I'm going to show y'all. And I need a new phone too, so yeah. I'm using my ex's phone right now, so gotta go. Yeah. I'm out, y'all. Appreciate the love. Hope y'all watch it. Share this. Let people know. It's not just because it's my story. It's because this story is a lot different than what everyone is dealing with when it comes to EDD. Trust me. I called in and they told me, trust me, I was the type of person to call in EDD and I knew I had to speak to a specialist. Like, as soon as I call him, I'm like, ma'am, sir, You can't help me. Trust me. You might as well just patch me into a specialist. Let's just bypass all of this Social Security and all this extra stuff because I'm just gonna have to tell them. So all right, yeah, just patch me into someone else. Like I'm gonna let them know what my social and everything else is. All right, okay. But yeah, like that whole scenario with them and the whole taking people out, specialists out to catch up on stuff. It's like, but y'all was behind on a whole bunch of stuff when he was gone. Like California is just ass backwards, but hopefully we're gonna get it right. We're gonna try to vote some stuff in. I know I'm actually get it my ass out there and vote some local shit, but yeah, Gavin Newsom, you something wrong with you too. We want to talk about the laws he passed too. I'm gonna post. I got a lot of videos for y'all about from probably my music too, and this money come in. Like I said, I'm a vlog or a post about what I buy and what this going to. Like I'm gonna be smart about my money. Like I always have been, but like I said, I've been homeless like twice since graduation for high school, so I haven't had the upper hand most people have when it comes down to that. But once again, I've always been a quality man, so I know what to grab and I know what holds its worth. I know, like I'm a lot smarter now. So, this backpack we're gonna get it right. I already bought a business this year, so I'm gonna show you guys that drone business. I might tag the link when I buy the URL. So got a lot of stuff coming. Maybe dancing. I might do some dance videos. Um, reaction for sure. Some unboxings, and yeah, yeah. All right. So that should be all. Alrighty.